Jessica Saltz, who told us more about criticism that organisers underestimated the scale of the crowds.
The organisers of the event are being heavily criticised now, especially since the tunnel in which the panic broke out, in which 19 people were killed, was the main entrance to the parade area. So at points throughout the day, 1.4 million visitors had to pass through it. And this was obviously not sufficient space for the thronging crowds. Eyewitness reports saying that it was like a tsunami wave of people in the tunnel pushing forward, and that at one point there was layers of 6 or 7 people on the ground. Now, police are now coming forward in reports saying that they realise that at this point they should have opened all the barriers in order to release the pressure of the thronging crowds. And what this tragedy just unfortunately proves is that the some 1,400 police that were in service that day and local authorities were just not prepared to deal with a crowd of such magnitude. Also, Duisburg is a small city with a population of only about 500,000 people. So the 1.4 million people visiting that day was just proved too overwhelming.
Now, the Love Parade has been around for 2 decades, and in the past few years it's been cancelled and banned from various cities, including Berlin. Is this a sign that that kind of controversy was merited?
Well, yes, I think perhaps it might be. I mean, the Love Parade started here in Berlin in 1989, was held here for several years before moving to West Germany after disagreements between the organisers and the Berlin Senate. Now, in recent years, the parade has taken place in Dortmund and Essen, which also attracted huge crowds. But the event was actually cancelled last year. Well, it was planned to take place in Bochum because local authorities said that they would just not be able to cope with the expected number of visitors. So I think this was perhaps a sign. And I think after yesterday's tragedy, it really remains to be seen what will happen to Germany's travelling festival.